Peter Griffin has held more jobs than he has brain cells, and somehow he's been fired from every single one of them. Peter has turned job loss into an Olympic sport. So today, we're doing what no HR department ever had the guts to do. We're looking at the times Peter Griffin got fired from a job. Peter's first job on record is at the Happy-Go-Lucky Toy Factory. We meet him in the very first episode of the series, Death Has a Shadow, and just a few minutes in, he's already on track to lose his job. His title is Toy Safety Inspector, but his actual contribution is showing up to work hungover and sleeping on a conveyor belt while dangerous products roll by unnoticed.
Peter!
What the?
Are you sleeping on the job?
No, there's a bug in my eye and I'm trying to suffocate him.
I like you, but I need you to be more than just eye candy around here. It's your job to watch for any toys that could be hazardous to children. Now look sharp!
Yes, sir.
Because of his negligence, several dangerous toys are released to the public. The local news calls it a safety crisis, and the factory's reputation takes a hit.
Your negligence has damaged this company's reputation. You're fired!
Oh, geez, for how long?
You would think this marks the end of his Toy Factory chapter, but somehow Peter ends up right back at the same job in later seasons. By season 3, he's still there, still in the same role, still underperforming, and still somehow employed. That is, until he gets an idea to get promoted at the Toy Factory. Instead of improving his work or applying for a new job, he decides the best way to move forward is to invite Mr. Weed over for dinner. Peter hopes that showing off his family and home will land him a promotion.
Peter, being here with your wonderful family, your beautiful home, and your funny talking dog, starting Monday, I would like to promote you to head of toy development.
Holy crap! Oh, thanks, Mr. Weed. Oh, you won't be sorry.
But things take a sharp turn. Brian begins choking on a dinner roll. Peter performs the Heimlich maneuver and successfully dislodges it from Brian's throat. The only problem is where that dinner roll lands. Quick!
He's dead.
With the factory's boss gone, the company's future is in doubt. Just like that, Peter Griffin is on the verge of unemployment again. We're one job in, and Peter has already cost the company its entire reputation and put its future in huge doubt. And it's not because of laziness or incompetence this time, but because he killed the only person willing to promote him. In the episode Mr. Griffin Goes to Washington, Peter somehow goes from sleeping on the job to running the whole place. It starts when the Happy-Go-Lucky Toy Factory is bought out by a massive tobacco conglomerate. The new owners aren't interested in toys. Their real plan is to use dolls and action figures to advertise cigarettes to kids.
We're a caring company. Would you really be the president of a company that didn't care about kids?
I'm not the president.
If you want to be.
Oh, wow. Imagine me president.
There's no process, interview, or real reason at all. They basically hand-peered the title just to shut him up. And Peter, not known for his critical thinking, accepts without hesitation. He's now in charge of a corporation trying to get children addicted to cigarettes. To his credit, Peter treats the job like a dream come true. His family suddenly has money, a maid, and all sorts of exotic perks. But the real test comes when he's sent to Washington to speak before Congress and defend the company's smoking policies.
Is that a baby? Oh my God, that's Stewie. Look, I don't care about this stupid job anymore. Cigarettes are bad.
Mr. Griffin is right. It shortens life expectancy and pollutes our air.
Cigarettes killed my father and my mother.
It just takes seeing his baby with a cigarette to trigger it. His speech sparks a sudden wave of agreement in the room. It's dramatic, heartfelt, and it completely goes against the company's goal, which is exactly why we never see him in that job again. Well, that and the fact that El Dorado Cigarette Company was fined $100 million, which bankrupted it.
All in favor of fining this evil tobacco giant $100 million.
But that'll bankrupt us!
Oh, you mean the way you've morally bankrupted America?
It's never explicitly shown, but we can assume Peter was fired the second he left that building. It's the only job where he loses everything for making a good decision. After the toy factory shut down and his brief presidential stunt fizzled, Peter spends a good chunk of time unemployed, and Lois has had enough of it. In the episode Jungle Love, she forces Peter to finally get up and find a job. He heads to the employment office where we learn something very important.
Let's see what you wrote. Cowboy, astronaut, warlock, more powerful astronaut, beer expert.
Just to be clear, this is the same man who once claimed he was Sandy Duncan's glass eye.
Hey, Sandy. Sandy.
What?
What are you buying?
Some breakfast cereal?
I don't get that. That's a bad cereal.
And it's safe to assume he was fired from that job too. Back in the real world, the employment officer finds one legitimate job opening.
Huh. Turns out there's a job opening at the Pawtucket Brewery.
What could possibly go wrong? Peter gets the job and is given a quick tour of the factory. His supervisor lets him know that employees are allowed free Pawtucket ale, but drinking on the job is strictly forbidden. Then the supervisor leaves the room for maybe 5 seconds.
Mr. Griffin, what happened to your pants?
Oh, look who's here, mister. I don't have time for your Little League games. Why do you close your eyes when we make love?
It's the first few minutes of his first day and the situation is already beyond salvageable. The chaos spills into his home life, too.
Oh my God.
Hey, Meg, you see my pants? Oh, Lois, by the way, we're out of toilet paper.
Back at work, Peter meets his new boss, Angela. She's immediately unimpressed, and because Peter can't stop drinking, he's demoted to the shipping department.
This is your new supervisor, Angela.
No drinking. Period. We start work at 7 a.m. sharp. This is your coworker, Opie. He is a burden of the state, deemed unfit for mainstream society. He is your superior.
What did he say?
He said he wants you to put your finger in his mouth.
When she leaves, Peter is ordered to follow Opie's management style.
Ow! He bit me!
Mr. Griffin, although I may not fully understand Opie's management style, he has proven himself a more competent employee than you.
Whatever that means. This is the moment Peter realizes he's gone from president of a company to taking orders from a man who communicates like a wild raccoon. And just in case you forgot how many terrible jobs Peter's floated through, the episode throws in another cutaway.
Damn it! This is worse than being Kevin Federline's magic mirror.
Magic mirror, how can I look like today?
First of all, don't shave or shower. I would say just go ahead and wear that tank top all day.
Okay.
Oh, and don't forget to walk around with an undeserved sense of accomplishment.
And somehow, that might still be a better fit for him than working at a brewery. His job at the Pawtucket Brewery becomes his most consistent position to date, but that does not mean it ever gets better. You would think the last person qualified to run a school would be Peter Griffin. And you would be completely right. But in the episode The Peter Principal, Peter somehow ends up as the head of James Woods High. It all starts when Principal Shepard has a full-on meltdown in front of the students. He's in the middle of a messy divorce, and he's not handling it well.
Good morning, students. James Woods High will be hosting a cross-country meet, which also happens to be where Lorraine has threatened to take my children across the country. And here's today's Tuesday trivia question. Does this sound like yelling? Because apparently this sounds to some people like yelling.
This leads to an emergency school board meeting. The board decides to place Shepard on leave because, and this is an actual quote, students feel traumatized.
Typically, Vice Principal McGuire would step in. However, I was informed earlier today that she was found dead in her car. Therefore, the board is seeking a parent volunteer to serve as interim principal.
I'll do it.
I should note you will be subject to a background check.
Peter jumps at the chance. Lois objects and Meg panics about the idea. However, the school board shrugs and hands him the job anyway. On his first day, Peter is the exact opposite of a professional. He has no experience, no plan, and no clue what he's doing. But things take a turn when he sees Meg being bullied in the cafeteria.
Hey, stupid! What the hell are you doing? That's my daughter. What am I gonna do about it? I'll knock your teeth down your throat and out your butt, you little bastard. Oh, you think that's funny? Get on your knees and lick that up.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm the principal.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
What are you talking about? That jerk is finally getting what he
The
deserves.
students are horrified, Meg is mortified, Peter is thrilled. This power rush goes straight to Peter's head. Suddenly, Meg has a list of enemies and Peter has the authority to punish all of them. Things escalate quickly. Peter holds a school assembly and starts punishing random students on stage. Peter is convinced that Jeff Banfield deserves it because Meg said so.
This is a chair without a seat. Jeff Banfield, please come down here, take your pants off, and sit.
What did I do?
You know what you did, Jeff!
I don't even know what's going on.
That means now, Mr. Banfield.
Luckily for Jeff, the school board walks in right in the middle of this public humiliation session.
Mr. Griffin, you are hereby relieved of your duties.
A promotion?
No, you're fired. We've reinstated Principal Shepard.
But he had that crazy meltdown about his divorce.
In less than a week, Peter manages to weaponize the education system, create a regime of terror based on his daughter's lunchroom grudges, and get removed in disgrace while wielding a trash can lid like a gavel. While this was supposed to be a temporary volunteer role, it still falls under one of the increasing jobs Peter Griffin was unceremoniously fired from. In the episode Hefty Shades of Grey, Peter's latest gig begins the same way most of his career changes do. It starts with a ghost hunting session gone wrong. The guys get annoyed, trap him in the basement, and leave him there to spend the night alone, scared and surrounded by old laundry and water pipes. When Lois finally lets him out the next morning, she notices something shocking.
So dark.
God, Peter, your hair, it turned white.
Well, I'm a fat dad with white hair now.
Peter's hair has turned completely white. Apparently, fear and claustrophobia have aged him 10 years overnight.
But as for the white hair, I'm afraid it's permanent.
Which Peter takes surprisingly well, especially once the hospital staff start mistaking him for an actual doctor.
Wow, Peter, they all think you're a doctor because of your white hair.
White hair, it seems, gives him a strange kind of authority he's never had before. And if you know Peter Griffin, you know exactly how dangerous that is. Later at the Drunken Clam, he runs into Tom Tucker, who is busy drowning his heartbreak in beer. Tom sees Peter's white hair and instantly decides this is the trustworthy, no-nonsense man they need on local television.
What do I do?
You just act like everyone else is an idiot and shout over them.
Shut up, I get it!
Again, terrific.
Wow, this is awesome!
On his first day on air, Peter has no idea what to say.
Switching gears now, I'd like to talk about the crime situation here in Quahog. What are you hearing about crime in Quahog?
Not much.
What are you doing? People want to know that bad stuff's going on out there.
You want me to make stuff up?
I thought you had white hair. Now, you were talking about crime.
Crime is way up because of immigrants. I say, as Americans, we should all take a pledge to kick them out.
And just like that, Peter becomes a trusted voice on the news. His completely false fear-mongering segment impresses the station directors so much that they give him a permanent slot. He shows up every day spreading lies with confidence powered only by the myth of his distinguished hair. Lois quickly realizes that this is a terrible idea.
Peter, fake news is a real problem in this country right now.
I guess I just like all the attention that came along with having white hair.
And it's certainly not the kind of attention I want for our family.
If it means that much to you, I'll tell Tom that I won't do it anymore. Really.
But before he can even turn in his resignation, Peter gets a phone call from none other than Donald Trump.
Hello? Donald Trump? You want me to be your press secretary in the next episode? Lois, pack your bags.
So yes, Peter technically leaves this job on his own terms. But let's be honest, it was only a matter of time before he got fired or triggered a full FCC investigation. In the episode Tom Tucker, the man in his dream, Peter stumbles into the world of talent representation after watching TV and making an impulsive life decision. It starts when Peter is watching the news and hears a surprising detail about Tom Tucker.
He went under the stage name George P. Wilbur.
Oh, Joyce, you know we don't talk about that on the air.
Did she just say that George P. Wilbur was Tom Tucker's stage name?
Who the hell is George P. Wilbur?
That's the guy who played Michael Myers in Halloween 4. I've only seen that movie about 1,000 times. How could I not have noticed that?
Good evening, I'm Michael Myers.
So he does what any diehard fan would do and shows up at Tom Tucker's office completely uninvited.
Halloween 4? And I just want to say I think that was the most brilliant performance ever in the history of everything, and I wanted to see if you would sign my DVD.
Oh, I suppose.
What happened? How come you never did any more movies?
You see, life after Halloween 4 wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Once I stepped out from behind that mask, Hollywood gave me the cold shoulder.
His post-Michael Myers career was a slow spiral of bit parts and humiliating cameos. Peter asks if he misses acting. Tom admits he does. That's all Peter needs to hear. He offers to become Tom's agent right there on the spot. Tom is hesitant. After all, Peter has 0 qualifications.
You?
Yeah, I've seen every episode of Entourage. All you need is some fake hair and a bunch of hobbits hanging around you.
Look, I appreciate your offer, but I've got a pretty good thing going here. In a few minutes, I've got to be on camera in front of 800 people.
Eventually, Tom changes his mind and accepts Peter's offer. They gear up for Hollywood with Peter dressing in what he thinks an agent looks like, basically a realtor from the early 2000s. But the chaos begins immediately.
Yes? Can I help you?
No, but I can help you. You need to hire this man.
Okay. Well, do you have any experience handling bags?
Aha, I see. I thought the airport was Hollywood.
Things escalate when Peter lands Tom a role in what appears to be an NCIS-style show.
Well, I'm the casting director for NCIS.
This is your man.
That's great! He's got just the look we're after. Show up here at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
No one is sure how he does it, not even Peter, but it's a win, and they celebrate. That's when the twist hits. Peter gets a call from James Woods. Yes, the same James Woods who was supposedly dead.
Hey, is this guy somebody?
We got a celebrity here. I repeat, this is not a normal dead person.
Her life force was infused into me, bringing me back from the dead.
Because Peter has the loyalty of a raccoon in a food court, he instantly says yes. Now, Peter has 2 clients, a former killer from Halloween 4 and an unstable resurrected Hollywood star. It's a disaster waiting to happen, and sure enough, it happens. As James Woods demands more time and attention, Peter starts ignoring Tom altogether.
Not this hillbilly from Rhode Island again. No, thank you. This is Peter Griffin, famous agent.
Hi, Peter. It's Tom. Just trying to reach you again. You know, about that meeting you set up with me and Heath Ledger, he never showed. Anyway, call me back.
Eventually, Tom is dropped altogether while Peter basks in the shallow glow of celebrity with James. But even that doesn't last. During a lunch meeting, Peter pitches James Woods yet another hayride-based film idea.
And all of them involve me playing a hayride driver.
I don't know, I just see you doing that.
Peter, this is probably a good time to fire you.
What?
Come on, Peter, who are we kidding? You're a one-man operation.
But you're my only client. Without you, I'm ruined.
Well, that's show business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to answer this fake phone call.
And just like that, Peter's short-lived career as an agent crashes and burns. He ruins Tom Tucker's comeback, and he leaves Hollywood with nothing but a blazer that probably smells like cheeseburgers and bad decisions. In the episode Pilling Them Softly, Peter is just hanging out at the Drunken Clam when he unknowingly launches a career in the cooking world. It starts at the Clam where Jerome is trying to reinvent the bar's food game. He brings out Korean tacos hoping to ride the wave of whatever is trending.
Ugh, these are terrible. You're nuts. This tastes like Ani DeFranco after a bike ride.
Geez, Quagmire, since when are you such an expert on food?
For your information, I'm an excellent cook.
What's your specialty? No way souffle? I'm sorry, that was out of line.
Naturally, nobody believes him, so he decides to prove it by throwing a dinner party. The guys and their wives show up to Quagmire's house. The table's laid out like an Instagram chef's fever dream. Everyone is blown away. Even Peter, who criticized him in the first place, is very impressed.
You could probably make money at this.
Or maybe get a cooking show. You know, the 11:30 cooking show on Channel 5 needs a new host.
You should do it, Quagmire. I'll even come along and cheer you on.
You'd do that for me?
Peter jumps at the chance to help his friend get on TV. He also decides, for no reason at all, that he should tag along. At the audition, Quagmire presents an elegant cedar plank salmon.
Okay, let's see what you've got.
I think you're gonna like this. Cedar plank salmon with a maple glaze and slow-roasted cherry tomatoes on a bed of mesclun greens.
Not bad.
Also, the tomatoes can be eyes and the lettuce can be hair. Look down, there's also a carrot.
Terrific food and a hilarious sidekick? This is the show.
Both of them get hired. And just like that, Peter becomes the world's least qualified sous chef / sidekick. Their cooking show begins with promise. Quagmire handles the recipes while Peter provides comic relief. But Peter has no idea where the line is. He turns every episode into a circus.
Traceable to the 13th century. Fruits and, oh boy, spices. Of course, most people associate mince pie with Christmas. But I'll be honest, I'm not afraid of a summer mince pie.
During one episode, while Quagmire's trying to demonstrate proper technique for basting, Peter turns it into a percussion solo. That's the final straw.
Look at me! I'm huge in 2002!
Damn it, Peter, that's it! I can't do this show with you anymore! You're fired!
Only Mr. Spacely can fire me. Griffin, you're fired! Okay, that's fair.
Later, the two host a head-to-head cook-off to decide who should stay on the show. But it's less a fair competition and more a formality.
The secret ingredient is butter. That's Peter's specialty.
I gotta take off in like 10 minutes. I got a clarinet lesson.
I can't do this.
We're gonna win!
No, we're not.
Well, that's it. If Chef Quagmire has prepared a dish of any kind, he wins this competition. A warm packet of tartar sauce. We have a winner!
Another addition to Peter's long list of failed careers. Peter Griffin has cycled through more jobs than most people do socks, and nearly every single one ends in catastrophe. From clueless principal to fake news analyst, the man leaves a trail of chaos wherever he clocks in. But out of all the jobs Peter has been fired from, which one do you think deserves an honorary place on his resume of ruin?